All right, so take us from Japan to Queens now. Roki Sasaki apparently meeting with the team. But before you give me any details, if you have, do you really believe that he will sign with a team outside the Dodgers? Do you, like, in your own just opinion? Because for me, just being in the game for a while, I kind of think some of this is just a ruse, and maybe the Padres have an outside chance, but it's good for ethics to make everyone feel like they're involved, even if he has a destination in mind. What do you think?
I really don't think that this is necessarily Dodgers or bust. Look, I think the Dodgers are always going to be the biggest threat these days when you start talking about anyone who comes over because they have such a good rep. They have a great rep with Japanese players. They have a good rep in general as being a winning organization. So sure, you can paint them as the favorite, but yeah, I could see the Padres doing it. I could see one of the New York teams doing it. I could see even a smaller market team like I don't know, the Mariners, just to throw one out there, doing it. I really do feel like this is wide open, and I was kind of struck by at the winter meetings when Sasaki's agent Joel Wolf kind of talked to a lot of us in the media, and we all asked questions like, "Well, what is this guy like? What does he value, etc." And Joel's responses were generally like, "I don't really know yet. We're just getting into this process." So because the money is such a relative non-factor, it makes this such a unique free agency that I really do feel like there are quite a few teams that have a chance. And while the Dodgers obviously look good on paper, I'm not going to rule out a bunch of other teams, the Mets included.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. The only reason I'm ruling him out is because his agent at the winter meeting said every team that he was interested in talked about except for the Dodgers. It was like, hey guys, it was like the whole like snowball. You make a snowball and you throw it up in the air and everybody looks at it and then
Yeah.
whack, you hit the snowball in the face. But anyway, if he's actually has a shot at going to the Mets, is he enough of a reclamation project for the Mets? Because that seems like what the Mets are only. It's like, well, we have a shot at getting Corbin Burns. No, 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 no. He's already fixed. We're going to take the next reclamation project.
Look, it's an interesting situation, and this isn't just for the Mets. This is for every team. But I think they look at it as we're going to go ahead. We're going to have our off season, and if Roki Sasaki decides at the end of January that he wants to sign in Queens, like awesome. We're not expecting that, but that's great. So I don't think it interferes with anything else that David Stearns is trying to do, whether that's sign 100 players off the scrap heap and see how many of them can hit, or whatever else they're planning to have up their sleeve this offseason. This is sort of just like happening in a silo. It is, let's have our offseason. Let's go sign these reclamation projects. And I'm with you, Kratz. They really do seem like they're putting everything in this bucket of we want to sign quantity over quality. Not that they're not signing good pitchers. All these guys, are getting signed for specific reasons. Maybe they have a live fastball. Maybe they have a great whiff rate on their slider. Maybe they were once really good, but have had some injury-prone years. So the Mets are collecting these types of pitchers, trying to hit on the upside. But I think when you get a chance to get a Roki Sasaki who has frontline potential, ace potential, and doesn't cost you what Corbin Burns costs you, or doesn't cost you what Max Fried costs you, it would be malpractice not to pursue that. I don't think the Mets are sitting there being like, Roki Sasaki is the linchpin of our offseason, and if we don't get him, oh, geez, I don't. No, they're looking at it as we're going to do what we're going to do, and if this guy wants to sign with us, like, huge bonus.